Maybe you've spent your whole career learning how to climb, but what if the corporate ladder itself is collapsing? Think about it for a second. What has it given you? Titles, respect, steady paychecks, a sense of safety, maybe. You optimized it, you adapted, and you've won. You've probably been several decades or more into this journey. It's created an awesome foundation. But now something's shifting, right? It doesn't feel so stable anymore. It feels a little bit engineered. It feels more like a story that they tell you that the organization promises or that generally society talks about. But you see it all around you. You see these quiet collapses of these ladders happening everywhere, from layoffs across tech to what the administration is doing from a government perspective and how that hurts the private sector, to AI, to these in the middle of the night restructurings that happen within these companies. The whole illusion of security is cracking. So we've got to be honest with ourselves that we can't keep waiting. Waiting is a lie. It's going to bite us someday if we don't do something about it. Those checks, they still clear, right? Say you're in corporate life right now and you keep getting that nice W-2 paycheck. You're like, I'll just keep writing it out. Or maybe you've got some equity shares and you look a few years down the road and you think, these will cash out. That'll be great. But how often do they not cash out? How often do the bonuses not come? How often are you at like 1 to 2% increases in salary because of market conditions, and then you can't even keep pace with inflation? Waiting is not a strategy, it's surrender. Let's be real about this, okay? The risk in this situation isn't losing your job. It's losing your power. It's losing your ability to carve your destiny. And right now, you might have thought you had that power. You might have thought that this will forever take place. The corporate ladder will be good to me and I will move off into retirement at some point. But right now, that doesn't look that way. There's all sorts of things happening in the last year that will never, ever bring us back to the way things used to be. So when we cling to this corporate ladder only, and not to say it can't be a great tool, I used it as a great tool, but when we adhere to this ladder and grip tightly to it, despite it being shaky and frail and rungs are falling off or people are dropping all around you, what you're really losing is your leverage, your ability to take what you've been gaining all these years, your skills, your talents, your wisdom and perspective, and do something more with it. You're also losing your peace of mind. 3 a.m., you're stressing out. You're seeing these messages come out about peers losing their jobs, or you think that ageism might be hitting soon, whatever it might be. You start to lose your ability to have control over the situation, the ability to create your own economy. Have you ever thought about that need? Right now, you've been plugging into other systems, I know, and that's been good as a foundation. But what about creating your own economy? How important is that now, especially right now and going forward? You don't want to shrink. You don't want to be left scrambling, thinking, oh, this is good. I'll just keep writing it out for a bit longer. And then the rug gets pulled out. We fall off that ladder for a system that was yours anyways. It was never built for your freedom, right? It has its utility. You're playing a great part in society if you're at the right type of company, I guess. But we need to make sure that we start taking action and being very real with what's happening and where you are in your life right now. Frankly, what you want for your family, for yourself, how you want to feel, how purposeful you want to be, the types of money you want to make, frankly, the amount that is, and who you want to be doing work with, how you want to feel each day. Like these are critically important things, right? That paycheck, it just has utility at the end of the day. So I don't want you waiting till you get to this point of burnout to wake up because the fire is already fading. If you're listening to this show, that fire is fading fast, or maybe it's been extinguished for years and you're just going through the motions in this corporate life. And I know you're tired of spinning, of being out of alignment, of just dealing with the scraps and the nonsense and the bullshit bosses and the things that don't make sense to you anymore. It's time to graduate. That term is very purposeful because you went through a phase of life. It was good to you. It was foundational. It was formative. It provided something great, maybe for your family and for your reputation and your skill set. But now it's time to elevate. to move to the next level. And that's what corporate graduation is. This idea that I deeply believe in, that is you're just not leaving a job. You're exiting an entire belief system, an entire identity that no longer serves you. You're building your own platform. You're not climbing someone else's ladder. Now, again, you don't have to leave a job if you have one right now, but reframe how you approach it, the time and energy you put into it, how tied up your self-worth is inside of it. Okay. No one ever taught you this model of corporate graduation until now. So that's why I'm slowing it down and talking about it from lots of different angles. This corporate ladder thing is falling apart. Check out what Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn, says. By 2034, the 9 to 5 will virtually be extinct. That's coming pretty quickly. Okay. We need to start learning to be the CEO of our own careers, creating our own economy, embracing the entrepreneurial skill set. End to end, it kind of looks like this: from how do you go through ideation, understanding what you are capable of bringing to the world and what the world needs, playing matchmaker, being able to position yourself in the minds of those you seek to serve so that you appear unique and valuable, and the corresponding business that you might bring to them, products and services. Knowing how to market, like marketing is just life, the ability to share your perspective and